No doubt.
You call Game 4 of Philly Miami, and I am so curious. You seeing James Harden up close. I came on TV the day after that game, and I said it was an incredible game by James Harden. But like I don't expect that type of performance from James Harden night in, night out anymore. The playmaking ability of his is what really took it the next level because they made threes. And when he plays that way, passing the ball, them shooting 49% from the three-point line, I think that's when their team's at their best. But I don't expect James Harden to be a prolific 30-plus point scorer each and every night. Am I wrong with that, or did you see something different on the floor, GA?
Well, I would say this. There's some truth to that, but I would also say that one of the biggest reasons why James was so much more effective is he had Embiid on the floor. So you gotta, and you guys know, think about it. It's no different than in football, right? Like in basketball, when you got a player like Embiid on the floor, defensively you can't be as aggressive in the other areas because you can't take a body off of him. Right, and so when you put him and James in pick and rolls, it gives Harden the opportunity to be more aggressive. He's not playing on his heels from an offensive standpoint when Embiid's not on the floor. Because think about, it's not just that they didn't have Embiid; they didn't even have a guy who could be a threat, in essence, at that center position. And so having Embiid out there just changes everything for everyone when you look at Philadelphia. That's how dominant that guy is. And, I'm not going to get it. I wanted to get into the MVP stuff. I mean, I'm a big Jokic fan. I think he's an incredible talent. But to me, there's just no way that you can't have – you couldn't have felt better about Embiid as MVP. I voted for him. I thought his dominance, it's not like just statistics. And I think that's something that we get caught up in. Like, we're going to reward a guy for having a great statistical season because other guys weren't there. I mean, now he was really good, but that's not necessarily how you look at an MVP in my estimation. It's about your ability to be dominant and to propel your team. And that's kind of how it played out. Even when Embiid wasn't as effective in terms of his stats, his impact was in Game 3. His ability to dominate a game defensively. And so that helps James Harden. And I still think James Harden has a lot left. The thing that gets lost with James Harden that nobody's talked about, he made this comment. He hasn't been confident. And you guys both know as an athlete, when you have a little doubt in your mind, and it's not necessarily that you don't have belief in your ability, but you haven't gotten comfort. He's been on 3 teams in 1 year. No training camp, gets traded midseason, never played with any of these guys before. And we're expecting him to just, like it's a light switch, just is supposed to flip, and he's supposed to be a top 75 player immediately. That's crazy. It just doesn't work that way. Like, it takes time, for him to kind of figure it out. And to get to a point where he still doesn't know what version of himself he needs to be in order for Philly to be their best version. And you guys both know, just in sport, you get a lot of that stuff in training camp, over the course of a season when everybody's out there, your team is whole and roles are defined and developed. And so not having that, it puts a little bit of doubt in your mind. And a game like that game will do a tremendous amount for James Harden's confidence. And confidence plays a huge role in the impact of a player. And we say this in basketball all the time. Like, there ain't a big difference between the best players in the league and the next level. Oftentimes what separates good from great is the mental makeup, is their confidence, is a guy who can go 0 for 10 in a game, but he's expected to make the 11th shot, whereas a guy who's not as confident, he'll never go 0 for 10. He'll go 0 for 4, and then he'll start looking for other things to do besides shoot the basketball. And so I think that game gave James a ton of confidence to get back to who he was, and I think that's going to help them in the series. Not saying it helps him win it, but I think he'll be a better version than what we've seen thus far this postseason.
Thank you, Greg Anthony, NBA analyst from TNT, and, of course, star point guard and UNLV running Rebels, man. I rocked that hat all year in New York.
All right, GA.
Thanks, Jay. Will a change of scenery lead to one Super Bowl winning quarterback finally getting his first MVP? That's after SportsCenter.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.